Hello, ladies. So I'm going to start with my moisturizer. Nothing too crazy. I bought this moisturizer at Rite Aid. You could get it at any store. I have tried very expensive one. Nothing works because I break out pretty easily. So this has been working wonderful for me. Then I will put my eye primer. Love this eye primer. If you have oily lid, it's perfect. Eyeshadow will last hours. Now we're gonna use our setting powder. It's from, where's my setting powder from? I believe it's Laura Mercier, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive it is. I make sure once I put my primer on, my eye primer on, I set it with the powder because it makes the blending so much easier. Now we are going to use my Huda Beauty palette. Love this palette. It has all the neutral colors you could need. It blends beautifully. Love it. I will start with a lighter shade. I think I show it. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but I start with a plummy lighter shade, and I do a lots of blending. I make sure that I blend until I feel that it looks good. Until I see there's no harsh lines. I keep going back and forth with the blending. Just want to make sure that everything looks nice and blended, no harsh lines. When you see me that I walk away from the camera, it's because I need better lighting. Sorry, I need better lighting, and right now what I'm using was the regular sunlight. So I keep going back and forth to make sure that it was looking fine. This other brush, it has no product. I just use it to blend it and make sure that everything is looking nicely. I always like to use a clean brush just to make sure everything is nice and blended and no harsh lines. Now I went with a darker shade, the same mauve, I think it's called mauve color. So this is a little bit darker. And again, just continue applying. I will do also a lot of blending. I will be going back and forth with the first brush that I started. And there you go. That's me going back and forth to make sure that I'm blending that darker shade. Make sure you guys do a lot of blending. It's very important to do a lot of blending. It's okay if you go back and forth with the brushes. Actually, I think that's the best method. Has worked pretty good for me. Now here we are going to start with a darker color. Again, I'm staying in the same mauve family. I only use one palette. So one palette, 3 colors, same mauve colors, just from lighter to darker. And here we're going again. We're gonna apply that. I wasn't sure how dark I wanted to go, so again I will be going back and forth. I will be doing blendings with the brushes that I had start from the beginning, and also I'll be using the clean brush just to make sure that I am blending and I don't see no harsh line. Here I'm just applying, just trying to figure out how dark I want to go. Again, here I'm just using the clean brush, making sure everything is nice and smooth. Now we're gonna use my concealer as a base for my lid eyeshadow. I would do a little bit of a cut crease, but not really. The reason why I do this kind of cut crease is because every time I put eyeshadow on my lid, it automatically transfer a little bit to my crease. So that kind of bothers me, the fact that it transferred to my crease without me wanting the eyeshadow there. So what I do instead, I just do a little bit kind of a cut crease, and that goes a little bit higher than it should. So like that it won't transfer, and it was something that I already did. I also noticed that I used the wrong brush to do this kind of cut crease. I should have used a smaller brush or skinnier brush, but it still worked at the end, but definitely should have used a smaller brush. Now I'm using my Anastasia palette, the Norvina Anastasia palette, and I don't know why I am not showing the product. I don't know, but I'm still gonna try to have everything down below, just in case you guys want to know what I used step by step. So I'm here placing the eyeshadow on my lid, blending, make sure again there's no harsh line. Guys, all you gotta do for a good blending is just go back and forth with your brushes and always have a clean brush. Makes the blending so much better. Now we're doing my liner. I am not going to do a wing liner because I don't want the attention to be on the liner. I want the attention to be on the eyeshadow look. Again, I don't know why I didn't show the liner that I'm using. It's a liquid eyeliner. I will post everything I used down below, if hopefully I won't forget. Now I'm gonna use makeup wiper remover, cleaning my face, all the fallout. There's a lot of ways of doing this without having to use makeup wipe. You could either put a tape, or what else? I think the tape method is the one that I've seen the most. Or you could use a Q-tip as well with some makeup remover. This works for me. I don't mind it. I'm putting some of my moisturizer again, since I removed it while I wiped the fallout. Now I'm putting my primer. I hope I show what primer I use. I didn't. Oh Lord, I don't think I did. But it's from Makeup Forever. I love this primer. All-time favorite. I've been using it for years. Sorry. It's very matte if you have oily skin. And it actually helps with your pores if you have large pores. Now I'm gonna apply my foundation. It's from It Cosmetic. It looks like I put a lot, but once you blend it, it looks very natural. It doesn't look like you are wearing a lot of foundation. You will see at the end. I highly recommend this foundation. It's so natural. Doesn't look cakey. It looks like skin. Highly recommend it. Now I am using my concealer again, guys. I am sorry I am not showing the product. I would definitely name everything I use down below. I love this concealer. I've been using this concealer for years now. I think since it came out, I've been using it. It's the Tarte Shape Tape, I think it's called. I just love it. Ever since it came out, I've never used any other concealer. As you can see, it also blends beautifully. Okay, now using my Laura Mercier setting powder. Need to set my concealer to make sure it won't crease. I do not set my whole face because I don't like to look too matte. So I just do my forehead, my nose, my chin, and that's about it. A little bit my cheeks, just because I feel that when you put setting powder, it hides your pores a little bit more. But yeah, I don't put much, just a bit. Once I'm done using my beauty blender to place the powder, I go ahead and get a brush and brush everything off. Now I'm using my bronzer. I would start browsing. What am I gonna browse? I think I'm gonna start with my cheeks. There you go. I bronze my cheeks, my forehead, since I do have a pretty big forehead. Don't know where I got it from. I make sure that I also blend the bronzer. If I feel that it was too much, I go ahead with the same beauty blender I put my foundation with. I go ahead and blend all the harsh lines, or if it's too much, I just go back and forth with the beauty blender. It's the same one I use to put my foundation. Again, just make sure that you are using circular motions when you are putting your bronzer. Don't forget, if you use too much, just make sure you go back with your beauty blender, sorry, and just blend everything out, and it makes everything look so much smoother. Now we're gonna go back again with my setting powder to make sure everything looks nice and snatch. I noticed that I was saying bronzer. It's not bronzer. It's my contour palette that I was using. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go with my blush. I believe is the Becca one. I should know the name by now since I use this very often, but for some reason I can't remember right now. Now we're gonna go with my highlighter. Love this highlighter. If you guys are looking for a good highlighter, this is the one to go. It's from Anastasia, the one with Ramsey is her name. If you guys Google it, yeah, you guys are going to find it, I promise. But this highlight, I highly recommend it. Now I am kind of contouring my nose. I don't know why I am doing that. I usually don't do that, but I guess I was in the mood for it. So I'm doing some nose contour. If you guys feel comfortable to do so, to do nose contour, you can go ahead and do it as well. It actually makes a very nice difference. I definitely noticed a difference, so I think it's something I would start doing more often. Again, every time I do some kind of contour in my face, I love to go back with the beauty blender because it makes everything so much smoother. Now we're gonna put a little bit of highlight. This is a very nice technique. It makes your nose look smaller. Love it. Now I am going to contour my double chin. I'm purposely making it look even more than what it really is, so I can know where is it that I want to contour. So I kind of show you a little bit where is it, where are the areas that I'm going for. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but even once you start applying it, you could tell the difference immediately. So if you are self-conscious, like I am, up on my double chin, you could definitely try that. Now we're gonna go with my eyebrow. I don't really do much to my eyebrows because I do have plenty of eyebrows, and so I pretty much just go over like the spot, the bald spot that I have on my eyebrows. Not much. Again, guys, I did not show the product. I don't know why I wasn't showing the product. I think I was trying to do this tutorial as fast as possible because I didn't want the sun to go away before I was done, which was a big fail. By the time I was halfway, you could already see by now that it's not as bright as how I started. So now we're gonna go with my lashes. Usually it's very challenging for me, but it was actually pretty easy to do the lashes this time. Now we're gonna go with my bottom eye. I'm not sure how you call that area. The same steps that we use on our lid and crease, that's the same step we're gonna use on our lower eye area. I started from lighter to darker. Then I decided to add a little bit more glitter, a little bit more shine. So we're using the Stila glitter. Again, I'm gonna put everything down below so you guys can know everything I use. This is pretty much the end of it, I believe. Now we're gonna go with some lip liner, followed by a liquid lipstick, and I think that'll be the end. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I am new at this, so I'm still trying to figure this out, but thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll be naming everything I used below. If you guys have any question for me, don't hesitate to ask me. I was looking at that little mess I made on my shirt. I didn't think doing makeup was so messy. Thank you guys again for watching. Bye.